fifth, but it is a second look at Brielle Wright for the Bulldogs. Wright, 6 shutout innings in the combined shutout with Hollenkamp. Outfield, Haas, Sabloni, Hornberger. The only change is the battery. Lauren Pappert was a catcher for Brielle Wright yesterday. Same the case today, with first pitch swinging in a foul ball by Caitlin Oikel.
We talked a little bit about that first game. Obviously, these pitcher-catcher tandems seem to work really well. They feel comfortable. Brielle Wright and Cassidy Shaw both feeling well with their respective catchers.
Last year, primarily being a reliever, and set the single-season program and league records with 10 saves, including a save against Ole Miss in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, that's a newer concept in softball, a save person.
There's a swing and miss. So Oikel goes down on the pitch. Saw a ton of pitches and then started hopping on the first pitch in the 4th inning yesterday.
Yeah, that made all the difference in the world. I mean, Taylor certainly pitched a beautiful game into the 4th, and then it just, all of a sudden, the Princeton bats, every single person was like 5 or 6 in a row, just went at that first pitch, and it made a huge difference. Their walk, hit by pitch, they produce those runs.
And Jemay had both in that first game, hit by pitch and walk. RBI as well. I think we have our first final of note elsewhere on the Ivy League scoreboard, and again, we'll get to that as we continue into this second game today, third game of the series, a take and strike 2. Through 1 inning of work, top of the second coming up when we return.
I like the aggression now coming out of the gate. Maybe YALE needs to mix it up, start swinging at that first pitch.
We just need to find a way on the right foot. Harvard and Princeton last weekend, it was 2 on Saturday, both shutout wins for Princeton. Sunday, Harvard came out swinging early, 3 runs in the first. Now Princeton had 3 of their own in that inning, so it was a back and forth game, but it's a good job in that aspect.
You see Fortini just chasing that. Looks like a change drop, goes right out of the strike zone. Looks beautiful coming at your eye line, and then just drops out. Nice pitch by Wright. But I agree with that. I'm not sure how I feel with it. I was talking about with a math teacher, you know, the stat cast and all that stuff that you see now. It's so much information, and yet as it hits the ground, but as it's coming off of her hand, it really looks pretty coming into the batter's eyes.
Pappert, the lefty, needed a bit of an extra hop step to make that throw, but there was no timing issue. As Katie Donahue fouls back the first pitch. So he mentioned earlier the Donahue family.
They're really relying on that drop ball.
Well, it has been having the necessary bite, that's for sure.
Let's see if she goes back to it again with 1-2. She may go high again. The riser's looking pretty good too.
That time missed.
Games I think we had like somebody would do the PA, but we never had music or anything like that.
Well, in some cases, the freshmen don't get their choice. I saw that at my undergrad
Really?
for baseball. Yeah, the freshmen didn't get the choice.
Really?
Kind of a little bit of earn it.
Mess with them a little bit? That's when I'm really listening to the team's cheers. Brings me back. Both teams on their feet.
So now the 1-1 the count after the swing and miss. And that quickly will
go back to your mechanics with the bunt. You do not want that bat flat. Flatness is what creates the pop. You want a slight angle. Help keep that ball low down into the dirt.
Kang much better this time. Wright will flip and throw in time, and that was very close.
That was a tough one. It looks like it kind of got stuck in the glove of the good look on that riser. Excellent job holding back on Woodridge's part.
With 4 now.
Win it, Goody, win it.
Payoff pitch to come after ball 2 misses. We're on the 2-2 count to make it ball 3.
This is a very young season.
Good rip by Goodwin, but a diving catch made by Donahue.
What a catch. She got such a good look at that.
Sonia John.
Yeah, Yale's really not afraid to make a diving catch right there, but Pappert can show some confidence in that swing, sits back, drives it to left field. Awfully close, but really textbook swing right there.
Remember, it was Owe at short who had that diving catch in game 1. That account has Princeton looking for a 2-out rally here in the 3rd. DeMay gets some on it, but in range for Donahue. The Tigers broke it open with 8 runs in the 3rd earlier today. This time they leave a pair stranded without a run. We are scoreless through 3.
In the 3rd, no runs, 2 hits, 2 left.
For Princeton, stellar pitching, and then the rally attack on offense. In the Harvard series, 3 runs each in the 1st and 6th innings of game 1, 3 runs each in the 1st and 4th innings of game 2, a 3-run 1st, and a 5-run 4th in game 3 of that series. Princeton pitchers, and they have earned 14 strikeouts.
Yeah, Brielle is just clicking on all cylinders. Her drop ball really seems to be her go-to right here, but we've seen the changeup, riser, spot fastball just working for her all over the place.
Again, against a Yale lineup that was ripping it over the last handful of weeks, as Lauren Perrin takes strike 1.
And my glove.
There's a lot of people out there that are looking at highlights of softball now. You can't forget what Jenny did at Arizona.
No, it's brilliant. And for USA softball, I mean, she really kind of put it on the map.
For a bit later, as kind of got a little bit in on the bat too much for Ford.
Yeah, you could hear it. It was right on her hands. She didn't get the knob out quite quick enough. Looks like Taylor brought it in. Good, a nice, looks like a curveball in on her hands. That's really hard to react to.
Well, so as well as things have gone for Princeton over the first 1-0, and Dominguez will be ahead in the count rather favorably here. We haven't seen that too much in this game. Did see that obviously earlier. And again, that's really illustrating the point home. Again, those first 5 games in the 2 outs, runners will be going on contact. Nothing holding them back as the count moves to 2-1.
No, you got some speed on the bases too. You put it in the gap, you could score a run. Could come down to 1 run in a game like this.
Yep, middle infielder at first. Extra bases could mean multiple runs as Goodwin again.
Just moving the ball all around, and she is pumped up. This is a kid who wants the ball.
The junior from Rockland, California. Again, last year was the standard in terms of closing out games and has followed the footsteps of recent standouts like Alexis Laudenslager, who score the runner goes, but it's fouled away. And you're trying to produce that first run if you're Yale, just to put the pressure on Princeton to have to play from behind, which they haven't yet this weekend. Battled back in that thriller against Harvard in the 3rd game of the series last Sunday, where Harvard had leads of 2-0 and 5-3. Other Yale runner to reach so far, leadoff walk in the 3rd. Leadoff single leads to a caught stealing here in the 5th. Leadoff walk left Mull stranded at 2nd in the 3rd. Taking strike.
SJ has shown us her speed in the outfield. Certainly is an outstanding range runner in the outfield.
Time up. 1-3. That actually does not count as an at-bat as the runner goes. Almost there, but Dumais on the run tried to make the tag, didn't secure the ball.
Yeah, that one was a little tough. Looked like Pappert was, she was off balance a little bit. It was a good hop right there, and the ball goes down in the dirt. DeMay not able to scoop it up.
Get 9 strikeouts for Brielle Wright through 5 innings of work as we still look for the first run in the finale of this series as Kang goes down gawking. Roundouts. The last 2 innings, Princeton gets 4 singles and 6 air outs. So all of a sudden, the way things are going has changed, and Princeton's been off a little bit on a swing or two where they could have really got a dangerous drive that maybe went over the wall. It's right now a little bit on the precipice for Taylor where she
really constantly studying where they are. It's a tough thing.
And I will say this, obviously, on the softball field, it's a hard hit. Backhand won't be in time either way. That was a hard hit swing by Sonia Jong. We'll see if it's a fielder's choice reach or a single. But suddenly 2-on-1
drive. She is definitely due this weekend.
Should say 8 of the innings, not 5. So there have been 5 single-run innings. But get that little bit mess tidied up. DeMay gets underneath this one on the 2-1 count, but it will be out of play. And clanks off, I think, the last row of the stands there.
It's heading towards the new over there. Up against the net. What a beautiful catch. Ford definitely wants that swing back.
Ford hasn't even yet to reach in this game now. 0 of 3 at the plate, but another bases-loaded opportunity for Allison Ha, the 5th time this series.
It's like a magnet to it.
Yeah, and cruising, but she doesn't have any comfort.
See the infielder pinching in a little bit, trying to cut off.
Gandolfo not used to coming off the bench to hit, but leading off the inning, she's used to that. As if the top of the first inning, all said. Just 2 innings to deal with, not 7. That squirted off the glove of Wright.
Ooh.
And they'll be all hands safe. It looks over.
Yeah, as a catcher, this is where I would go out and say, we got to bear down, but take a deep breath. You've been in control this entire game. You stick to what you know. Stick to what's worked. Take a deep breath. That's it. And sometimes just that reset. I do it with my hitters that I coach, and I tell my catchers when they're talking.
Make that tag a little bit longer to get to the body as the 2-2 is sent slicing foul. So now all of a sudden, an RBI opportunity for Cross, but even if not her, on deck, Lauren Perrin.
Yeah, that's definitely, these are the ones you want. Up
scoreless through 5.5 innings, and again for Princeton, well, a theme in their recent birthday gift would be to score the go-ahead run in a win.
Certainly would be. She's ready to run. Dominguez had a nice hack at that, but looks like she just got under it. Wynn took it. Nice play by Donahue. Sticking with it.
It's now 2 times taking charge in left center on fly balls. As Allie Goodwin has also for a base hit. 2 runs are going to come in to score. Roa and Goodwin and Lauren Pappert from the 9 spot. 3 of 3, a 2-run single by the senior, and the Tigers have the lead.
I love trusting the 9-hole hitter who is on fire. She just pokes it into center field, plating 2 runs. You cannot get better.
Scoreless in relief in a 6-0 Princeton victory. She quieted down the 5-run 4th. She's going to need to do the same here. The one issue is the walks to strikeouts, but if what we saw yesterday continues to apply the rest of the